This is the Everlast TIG 200DX. I purchased it roughly 6 years ago, somewhere in the year 2015. It's been a great machine, especially when considering the price. I can't remember exactly, but I think I paid roughly $1,200 for it. So aside from a few upgrades like the torch and a few hoses, it has remained a stock machine. The first few years it worked perfectly, but then on the third year, something weird started happening. I noticed that if I had not used the machine for a few weeks, it would not respond to the foot pedal. To fix the issue, I would cycle the machine off and on, and then keep trying until it eventually worked. It usually started working after about 3 cycles, and then the rest of the day, or even the whole month, it would work just fine, assuming I used the machine about once a week. So here we are today in 2021. It has been a really long time since using the machine, and sure enough, it was not responding to the foot pedal. Cycling it on and off did get it working again, but something was not right. My welds were hard to control, and the workpiece was heating up way too much. It turned out the foot pedal's variable amp control was not working. It was behaving more like an on and off switch. After a quick search online, I learned about the unreliability of some Everlast foot pedals. Most of the problems were with a different foot pedal than the one I have, but I decided to look into the problem anyway. Right away when I first started using this foot pedal, I noticed that the screws would make contact with the floor. Through normal wear and tear and just sliding around on the floor, the screws would start to wear down. You can see the screw on the right side started to flatten out. So my solution to that was to add these plastic pads. That's the 2 square things you see there. So it's just a minor thing, but like right off the bat, I knew that this pedal was not very well designed. So these cut wires are my doing. I was experimenting with some things before shooting the video. And also the spring, there's a kink in it, and that is also me. This design isn't too bad. You can see there's a belt that drives the potentiometer. And also there's a spring that's connected to the belt, and that is used to tension the belt, but also provides the spring action for the foot pedal. So really the main issue here is the fact that there's not a very good indexing point for the potentiometer's position. You can see that if that little nut gets loose, then the potentiometer can rotate roughly 30 degrees in either direction. At first it seemed like everything was fine, but then after rotating the knob, it didn't stop at the correct stop point. Like I felt a little resistance, but then it would continue to turn. And so I think that was happening because perhaps this thing was over-tensioned on the release pedal side. So when you take your foot off the pedal, it probably was pushing on it a little too hard. And then throughout the years, that probably just wore it out. I had a difficulty getting a read on the bottom of it. It's kind of worn out, so there's a 20, and then there's like a Saturn symbol. I'm not sure what that means. And then it looks like it says 22K, which I know has to be wrong because the manual rates this thing at a 47K ohm. So long story short, I tried to source this online and had a lot of trouble finding the same exact one, so I went ahead and just picked up a new foot pedal. This is an SSC brand pedal wired up for the Everlast 7-pin connector. It's got a 50k ohm potentiometer. I paid $159 for it off Arc Zone. By the way, this is not a paid promotion. I'm simply just showing the website so you can see the product specs. Now, don't confuse this pedal with the EV Power Pedal 50DL. The 50DL is not a rebranded SSC pedal, even though it may look similar, so just be aware of that. The foot pedal first engages a snap action switch, then pressing the pedal more engages an arm with a quarter or rack gear at the end. The solder joints look clean and it looks to be using a quality potentiometer. Here's a view of the rack gear engaging the potentiometer pinion gear. And this potentiometer is indexed. Overall, good build and quality parts. Something worth noting about the SSC pedal is the two-stage pedal action. A noticeable difference in feel is quite present. The first 10 millimeters of depression engages the switch, and then a bit more pressure is needed to engage amperage control. Having welded with this pedal for a bit, I can say it feels really great. For comparison's sake, the Everlast pedal doesn't have two-stage, and the only thing that cues you into the difference is like this clicky sound it makes. For cable comparison, the SSC cable is a little thicker, and both cables feel about the same when it comes to flexibility. For connectors, they both looked the same to me. The bottom of the SSC pedal has a rubbery surface. It's like a sticker that's on there. And the top of the pedal has grip tape, like a skateboard. Alright, so that wraps things up for this video. Not like a full-on review, but hopefully that gives you guys an idea of troubleshooting something like this, and a comparison if you're looking into getting the SSC pedal. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!